Hello and welcome. So we are going to do a live play again, and this time I'm going to play the $3 spinning goals on GG Poker. Last time I played the $1 spins, so let's see if there's a noticeable difference between these stakes. So if we find more more regular, so maybe the recreationals are playing a little bit different. Of course, we don't have too much of a sample, but yeah, we'll try to see. Good. King Queen offsuited. Many options here. I think min raising is a good way to play this hand. You can open jam, but I think it's unnecessary high variance play. We can limit this hand as well. And on this kind of board structure, I just target like our opponent's like total air, right? So if he has a hand like, I don't know, Jack 7 offsuited, no heart, etc., he will just fold. So we'll just fold out like random hands, and then 1BB bet is totally enough. Yeah, so Queen 8 offsuited. We fold. This hand is too weak. The first hand we open raise here is Queen 10 offsuited. Queen 9 GG always is like break even borderline raise, so I would just skip it. So Queen 10 would have been the first hand, and this hand is not strong enough to call. It looks beautiful, but yeah, like that's just not profitable. We're going to fold the 10-8 suited. Yeah, it's a rule of thumb. Most of the time we can open jam these hands, but we can't really call these hands because they kind of need fold equity. Like Queen 9, this is against some passive opponents. If I have reads, I'm just limping this hand. But yeah, against most players that are also unknown, I'll just open jam. Queen 9 off should be like the standard open jam here at 10 big blinds. And yeah, we lose. So let's play the next one. Yeah, didn't really recognize if these were recreationals or regulars. But they didn't do anything unusual, or maybe I wasn't just focused enough to see. Okay, let's spin the wheel. We are playing for $9. Okay, so we are folding this. Yeah, so this video it's getting recorded like 3 days before the new ocean rewards are getting out. Very curious how it goes. We actually just also like released an article about this. So I tried to link it. Otherwise, you'll find it on our Discord or on our website. Yeah, Pocket Deuce is definitely ISO jamming. Recreations will limp call a couple of weird hands, but deuces are just super strong hand. We don't want to check. We don't want to raise non-all-in and let our opponent call or something. So we definitely just want to go all in. Yeah, same hand as last spin. We do the same thing. We go for a min raise. And Jack 7-4 is a... Last time we had an ace high board, so we just could get away with the 1BB bet. Here it's a little bit more tricky. Here's way more hands that can call. We're getting raised way more often. So I think I'd simply go for a check fold. GTO-wise, we are probably c-betting here. But we're also barreling quite a bit. I don't have the plan to barrel here a lot. So I'm just going to check. This is a tricky turn. So we could bet, like we have a gut shot and stuff, but we also have a king high. And an 8. We just check and hope he's just checking back. We have a tiny bit of showdown value. Yeah, I mean, I see myself also playing sometimes the aggressive line here, but most of the time it's just not really necessary. Like people are not really bluffing a lot. So if he has some kind of like 8-5 or something, he might just check it down, right? So this is how people play very often. 10 deuce, yeah, okay. I mean, this hand we probably could have folded out at some point, but yeah, I also think if it doesn't hit the deuce on the river, then it goes check and we win the hand. So we have some EV in the check, then most of the time there's like really not it's not really too necessary to go and bluff, like especially when we have a little bit of showdown value. Okay, so 2.5x and a call. Like I mean, I'm originally from Germany, but nowadays, usually, and that's not offense or something, but usually if you see a player from Germany, he's a recreational, simply because like Germany just basically destroyed online poker for German citizens, because they have like super weird rules. They can play a maximum of 4 tables. They can deposit the maximum of 1k euros. I don't know if this is still everything up to date, but this is the last thing I know. So like for professional poker players, it's super tough, especially when you're playing spin and goes, right? So yeah, like there are not many professional poker players still living in Germany. So it's a pretty decent read. Please don't be offended if you're from Germany. But if you're playing spin and goes, then maybe you might think if that's the right choice, the right game of choice. King, queen, ace, king suited. Okay, he had a flush draw. He had a top pair. Looks a little bit like a setup. So we have 9-3 offsuited. Let's see what our opponent is doing. If he's limping, I'm just checking. If he's going all in, I'm folding. If he's min-raising, I'm definitely folding. The hand is not strong enough. The weakest hand I would call here is probably some 9. Yeah, I'm definitely folding 9-6. I might call 9-7 if I know he's the weak player. Yeah, against recreations, that's probably okay. 9-8, I'm definitely calling. So a7 off is just an all-in. Very important. I see this, a lot of recreationals doing this totally wrong. They just limp this hand or they min raise or something. No, this is a hand we have to go all in with. It's also not a trap, and it plays very horrible post flop. So we don't really want to limp and he's checking, and then we are playing this hand post flop because we won't hit very well. But it's super strong as an all in, right? So if we're going all in, we pick up the pot and we are getting called by a lot of worse hands. Queen 7 off, GTO wise, it's close. We could open jam this profitably, but I still try not to do these kind of plays. So Queen 7 at 9.5 is a limp. Also GTO wise, I think it's a limp. So that's what we want to do. Okay, so he min raised once and he ISO jammed us. Yeah, so now it's the second min raise. He seems to be more on the aggressive side. He's from Peru. Doesn't mean much, but so I try, like, this is like the last time I'll try like a limp. If he's going again for the aggressive route, I think he's just an overall very aggressive player, and I will just play a little bit tighter against him. Okay, he's checking we're hitting top 2 pair. That's very great. That's a flop I definitely want to see bet because he will have plenty of hands that want to continue, a lot of gut shots, a lot of like backdoor draws and stuff. So I'm just going to bet here. Yeah, unfortunately he's folding. Okay, he's min raising again. At this point, I would definitely rejam also loser, right? So every ace X for sure rejam. A hand like King 10 off, I would also rejam. King 6 suited, I'm just going to call, but I'm pretty sure he's not very tight. So there are a lot of players who will be at this deck that's very tight with the min raises. So they will only min raise the strongest hands, but this player definitely is not there because he raised now 3 out of 3 times, so it's very unlikely. I'm calling because we have like very good backdoor draws. 6 and queen might be good. He's only betting 1 BB, so we definitely call the flop. Don't want to raise. Now he's betting again. Yeah, I mean, that's a strong line. Yeah, with our queen 6 high, we can't really do much. Like these small bets, and then if he's betting another one on the river, actually looks very, very strong. Like, people don't bluff like this, really. Okay, so we are going all in. He's folding. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's still pretty low stakes, right? So $1 and $3, theoretically, there should be not too much of a difference, but I actually think it is because, like, let's say you are a regular, right? So it's actually tripling the stakes. So kind of have to have a good win rate to go and play the $3 stakes. So I think like there should be a little bit of a skill edge from the regulars if there are any. But I think he's probably a regular. So he was sitting out, so I was just waiting a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm too honest. I'm kind of always waiting for the guy who's sitting out, at least when it's possible. Yeah, I mean, so far I think he's actually playing quite decent. We didn't do anything like weird so far. At least we didn't see anything. Jack 7 off. Yeah, we are pretty deep. This is definitely a jam, like 7.5 big blinds. We can jam this. We can limp, but like I'll jam this. I actually don't like jamming these kind of hands. It doesn't feel right. But the thing is, he ISO'd us a little bit. He's been raising a lot, right? So he's very likely more on the aggressive side. So I think with limping, I'm probably getting raised too often here. So yeah, I'm going for the all in myself, taking the taking the line where I am aggressive, so he can't show aggression himself. Yeah, Jack 4 off again, like 4.3 big blinds. This is an open jam, and this is what we are doing here. I mean, that's a good hand to have. Now we kind of hope for an all-in. But I also always say, be careful what you're hoping for, right? Especially in MTTs. I'm never saying this. Oh yeah, please jam, I have aces. Usually doesn't end up good. And then I always say, yeah, be careful what you are wishing for, right? Okay, so yeah, good flop. We have almost 50% equity, but we didn't got there. No problem. We are still even, almost. Let's give him an egg. Let's go. Queen 9 off. Yeah, we would call this just for 5.5 big blinds deep. He seems to be more aggressive. He has some like disconnecting problems, and now he's also folding. Yeah, now we are going to limp and trap, and yeah, it worked out. Let's see what he has. Okay, ace 4 suited. This is just a setup, and we win. Great. Next. Yeah, so about the ocean rewards, we don't really have too many infos, right? So they told us up to 80%. They changed the structure a little bit. First it was second tier was 72, now it's 70%. So they changed this a little bit. And then you don't really know how you're getting the 80%. Very likely you're never getting the 80% because there's like this so-called like PVI, right? So players, yeah, it's kind of complicated. You read the article before I talk too much here. But yeah, and you like earn gams, and then you can change the gams for cash rewards. And the more gams you are getting, the better like ratio from the gams to the dollars you're getting. So it kind of depends. Like maybe you need to have like a lot of gams to get very good transition ratio, right? So maybe it's only for the high stakes players who can really get these, but we will see, right? We keep you updated. We release an article with our limited information where we analyzed the ocean rewards, but we will update everything, right? So if we have some real life data, we are going to update it and explain how the games work. Maybe we get some more infos on the PVI, but that's unlikely. They're like really secret on this, how they do this, how they determine the what's the actual name, player value index or something. Yeah, so basically they're cutting your rate pick a little bit when you're a regular. But still, like on the high stakes, you can still get up to like 90% rake back. So it's pretty good, right? But you also need it. Like the games are quite rake heavy at the high stakes, but it's rake heavy everywhere at the high stakes, right? Yeah, I mean these guys seem decent as well. So yeah, don't play on GG, only the regulars. Just kidding. So actually, GG is a pretty profitable site, but there are some things you need to keep in mind. Like the rec ratio is usually a little bit higher on GG, right? So in compared to Winamax, you have way more recreationals, and you have very good recreations. You have like the French recreations, which are like super good to play against. They are wild, and but then yeah, like they are the best recreations. Let's say it like this. Of course, the rake back is a little bit limited there, right? So I think like on the lower stakes, it's probably better to play Winamax in comparison. But as soon as you get to the higher stakes, 50s, 100s, 200s, I think GG is a super good option, especially because there are no cartels or something possible because of the leaderboards, how they're structured, you are limit, like the games you can play per day is kind of limited, right? Because as soon as you finish the goal challenge, it's done, right? So I think, yeah, as soon as you reach like the probably even the 20s, 50s, 100s, 200s, GG is a super good side to play. For the low stakes, still playable, of course, high variance. So if you want to earn money with that, you should consider joining an EV pool. And I think as soon as you play like $5 stakes, it probably makes a lot of sense. So if you want to know what an EV pool is, then yeah, probably best to join our Discord and ask some questions. Yeah, so I mean, it's basically like players come together and share the EV, and you're getting paid by what you actually make in chips and not in real money, right? So some players who win pay the players who lose, etc. And it's totally legal, and like poker sites know that, and they are fine with that. So basically just players reducing the variance from this format, which ultimately makes the spin and go format, I think, to the variance, like one of the variance friendliest formats, which is kind of crazy actually. Good. So here I'm making the recreational note, right? Because he just donked. Ranks don't donk. And yeah, here's the D rank, and he's doing like weird stuff. I'm definitely calling the 5-3 suited his suited hand. We are still deep enough to play. And here, well, I don't really love it, but he seems to be super aggressive. And 5-3 suited, if I get all in here, I mean, I get a fold once in a million. But we have a gut shot plus flush draw, so we have almost always 50% against whatever he has. So yeah, we are even a favorite, like 56% against the king 9. So we are winning more than we are losing. And yeah, if a player is aggressive as this, we can't wait for like good hands to hit. Like as soon as we hit a good hand, he's like, if we don't get lucky and it's the next 1, 2, 3 hands that we are getting a really good hand that we can stack our opponent, then we're just bleeding out, right? So we can't really wait against these super aggressive guys. We have to go with like more variance heavy situations. There's nothing we can really do about it. Okay, so another recreational. He is limping the button. This is what the regulars don't do that. Another recreational. I mean, ISO, this is something people don't do as well. I think I'm just going to jam because this can be super random as well. This can be as weak as like king 8 off. He might even call me off, right? It can be aces, but I think it's super likely that I still have the best hand here. So sometimes both fold, and then we pick up like 3 nice big blinds. That's amazing. I'm still not worried. Like he can have king 10 off suited. Jack 10 off, nice. Very, very, very close. And we dominate him heavily, and we pick up the whole thing. So you see, like, people still do like weird shit. And yeah, this is how we make the money against the weak players, when we make good decisions, right? And yeah, 5-4 offsuited. I basically never isolate recreationals, and I basically never donk. So basically, like, if he's in position, I never bet into him, right? So except blind versus blind, and when we are still 3 players left. If he's checking back and I have an open and straight draw, I'm definitely going to bet here, and I hope he's not raising. And okay, now we have a very interesting situation. We have a 4. Right? It's kind of weak hand, but he can have a deuce, he can have a 3, he can have ace high, he can have king high. So I'm going to make myself a very small bet because I don't want to check and face a big bet, right? So I'm going to bet and fold to a raise because people don't really bluff here too much. And if he's raising, then he's just going to have it most of the time. So yeah, he's folding. Okay, so he just had nothing probably. 10-8 off. It's a profitable open jam, but he seems to be more on the passive side. So I'm just going to limp and hope we can play it post flop. So you see, like, that's what I always want to do. Even if I have like a profitable open jam, And by the way, like if you don't know what kind of hands you can open jam or call or raise, you can just register on our website and get, like, as soon as you register an account, in your dashboard you will have like free charts where you can see like the most basic situation, so you're not lost pre-flop, right? Like that's the very basics. And these alone, honestly, if you just execute these pre-flop, and I had a couple of students who were really, really low stakes players, and they went from losing to winning just with the charts, right? So just with the charts and just knowing basically what a c-bet is enough to beat like the $1 stakes already. Oh, that's perfect. I love it. So there's nothing better than having the best hand and losing against a recreational, especially when you are in like an EV pool, then you can still play against the weak player, and you got a very nice EV. Right, so yeah, like you got nice expected chips, but like your actual chips are, of course, not. Yeah, I mean you lost a hand, but we can still play against the recreational, so we can win a couple more chips here over the long run. Yeah, I'm not going to bluff here. Like on the 4-card straight boards, they're usually very bad to bluff. Yeah, limping, even a hand as weak as this. You won't see this in the chart, but I mean, I'm like a little bit more experienced, and I know this player seems to be more passive, very straightforward. So I think I can get away with these kind of plays here. Yeah, like in the beginning, I would probably not do that, but yeah, as soon as you get more experienced, maybe you get our level 2 from the learning path, and then you learn how different recreationals play and react, and how we can exploit the tendencies, right? And then you'll see that you can make these kind of plays as well. I think I can even play this at 4.5 big blinds. Maybe not. 8-5 off. Kind of priced in. 8-5. Yeah, it's very, very close. Still going to fold. Like the blinds are already very high, and I just need like one double up, and I'm actually break even. So even though I just have like 2 big blinds, still like very valuable 2 big blinds. Okay, so we double up, and we have almost the same stack as he has. Oh yeah, I mean, don't dump your chips if you just have 2, 3, 4 big blinds very fast, and you're even, and like we have 5 years 6.2. You see he's folding, and we are now really even. 9 deuce. Okay, now he did ISO us twice, so I'm not going like too crazy with the 9 deuce offsuited. This hand I kind of have to call. That's actually great. I'm going to check, or should I go all in? I don't have reads on his limps. Yeah, I think if I pick up the pot, it's very valuable. He seems to be more the tighter, straightforward side. And yeah, if he's calling, I'm still in very good shape with a hand like 10-8 suited, right? So yeah, a king high for sure. At 4 big blinds, this is a very strong hand. Yeah, dominated, that's not great. Oh, flush draw. Nope. We didn't got there. Okay, pocket sevens. Maybe we can double up and double up and double up and double up. Okay. Come on, let's win this one. 1.2 big blinds. We go in with every single hand. Even a hand like this is an all in. This deck there, yeah, like if we only have one big blind. Oh, he's dominating us. That's crazy. And we are out. Okay, so that's it for today. I think there is a little bit of a difference between the $3 and $1 stakes, but you see still plenty of recreationals, very, very weak players. And yeah, so for the next one, I'm planning to do the $5 stakes and the $10 stakes, and just showing you a little bit the difference. And yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Give us a like and subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. And see you soon. Bye bye.